Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just kind of somewhat of a quick video here on my Yugoslavian SKS. This is more of an updated video. I got it a little different configured than what I had previous. I put this ATI stock back on it, and kind of like a look-alike of the SVD Dragunov, the way the stock looks, but it's of course nothing like it. It has a nice adjustable cheek pad where you can raise it up or higher, or raise it up or down, and just lock it in. I actually bought the stock when I bought the gun years ago, and bought them together, and I kind of liked it and everything. It's pretty cool. I had a shorter scope on here, more of like a compact scope, where you can still be able to use your stripper clips, in the guide and the bolt carrier. But then after some time, I kind of, wanted to put a longer scope on it. And, well, I didn't have if you haven't been watching my channel or nothing, I have a Yugoslavian SKS that I have, I left alone. I didn't put no optic on it or nothing. And, well, before I had this one, after I had this stock on it, in a while, I said, I kind of should just leave it alone. I kind of like the wood. So I ended up putting the wood back on it. And then, of course, as time went on, I got the Yugoslavian, and I really liked the way that one looked alone. So I left that one alone, and I said, what, I'll just maybe throw the stock back on it. And so at least I'll have two different types of SKSs, one with the modern stock and one, just left alone. And so I said, with this one being a longer barrel, I'll just turn this one into the sniper rifle, somewhat of a rifle, and put this kind of cheap bipod on it. It works, but not the best quality, just a bolt-on, And so then I ended up spray painting the stock like this OD green type of finish, just a regular spray paint. Eventually I'm going to Duracoat it, not sure when. It's going to be the same color. I'm just going to paint the actual, or spray the actual stock, not the metal, because I don't want to lose the value of the rifle. Certain guns I think it's okay to Duracoat, like the actual metal. Certain guns I wouldn't recommend it to lose value. That's just me. So anyway, yeah, it scratches really easy, so that's why I'm going to Duracoat it the same color, or at least close to the same color, and make a little more tougher finish. I kind of like it. It looks pretty sweet in this greenish color. And actually, I just picked up the scope today at my local Dunham's. It's under $40. It's a shooter edge, I think. I think that's what it was, a shooter edge. Cheap scope, but gets the job done. Hopefully. Like I said, I just picked it up, so hopefully it works out pretty good. It's a 3x9 by 32. I wanted something not too big, and just since this ain't going to be something I'm going to be able to shoot 800 yards accurately or nothing like that, so I don't need no big objective lens on it. Just 200 max, actually probably a little less than that. So, plus you got to also remember with the clearance with the head up front and over the bolt carrier, I want to make sure there's enough clearance for it. And I know some people say, oh, now you need to get a shell deflector, so the casings don't hit the scope and knock off your zero. I thought about that, but I had one before, and it was a piece of crap, and it just kind of went on, just kind of went on your, rear sight, your sight leaf, and you gotta kind of bend it on it. It didn't work too good. It was a piece of crap, like I said. So I couldn't really find a decent one out there, and I said, what, since this is a grenade launching version of the SKS, the simplest way, since I'm not going to be dumping 30 round magazines out of this gun, since, it's not what this gun's intended for my purpose, right here, bam, cut off the gas right there. Then it'll be like somewhat of a bolt action rifle. So, that way I don't have to worry about, the shells hitting, or the casings hitting the scope and knocking out zero, or nothing. And sometimes some of the shell deflectors people have, you know, said every now and then it'll actually cause a jam, probably because it hits the deflector and kind of falls back in and jams up again. So this way I'm solving two problems at once, and just by manually cycling it by hand, I don't have to worry about it being flowing real hard and hitting the scope, because just by doing it by hand you're not going to cause enough force if it does hit the scope to knock it off zero. And plus you don't have to worry too much about jamming, and it's just going to inject right out the side. And it's not a big deal being semi-automatic or not. So that's what my plan was to do, just bring it back to sniper rifle type, you know, or what I wanted to do. Now that I had the other SKS, now we can leave that one alone and keep this one, you know, like this. And you know, I think it'd be pretty fun kind of shoot now, you know, once I get this scope sighted in. And well, I think that's about it. You know, just quick, a little update on, you know, what I did. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a message. And have a good one.